Okay, so Delta Ops or Shadow Force is a game I play. So this game is published by Activision and developed by Fun Games. You know, the people who worked on amazing games such as Cabela's North American Adventure, Cabela's 4x4 Off-Road Adventure 2, Cabela's African Safari, and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5. So yeah, their track record isn't good. It's mostly hunting or fishing games. You know, the most boring types of games. If you say this looks like a Liquid Half-Life or a crusty Counter-Strike game, then you're right. Oh, reminder, the game came out in 2003, Half-Life came out in 98, and Counter-Strike came out in 99. Enough of how it looks, what is it about? So the game is about American soldiers going to the Middle East and fighting terrorists. Sounds original, I know. This game is kinda short, like only 2 hours. You could beat this game in like an hour if you tried. Some levels you can just run past the enemies and beat it in like less than a minute. The way you aim is pretty shit too. It's just a green plus in the middle of the screen. The game doesn't have a wide range of anything really. It only has like 8 different weapons and the same enemy with 3 different skins. There are 10 maps, 11 if you include the tutorial one. And the maps are just nothing, they're just desert or Middle Eastern place. The maps are linear and small and empty. All the missions are boring as well. You just go to the end, kill all the enemies and blow up something. The story, or lack thereof, it's just terrorists did bad, attack them and find the terrorist leader. And there's voice acting, if you can call it that.
Strange. The Rangers would have posted guards and spotted me coming here. Sioux, this is Nightshade, reporting in.
Nightshade, this is Sioux 1. We're under heavy fire in the northern area of the airstrip. The local defenses are stronger than expected, so watch your step.
This is much too quiet. Something must be wrong.
They just took some programmers to do the voices and they really don't want to be in there. They sound really bored and unmotivated to do anything really. And they did it in just one fucking take. They're so fucking lazy with that. To be fair, the voice actors do sound like me, and I should stop shit-talking them. There is music, but I kinda don't want to go back to it and listen to it. It's probably just forgettable and stupid. So, how's the shooting? Is it any good? The answer is yes.
No!
It's really just a basic shooter. It doesn't feel unique or good to shoot at things. It also has this Rainbow Six mechanic that makes you lean. It's okay, but I never found it really useful or handy. The game tries to be a realistic tactical shooter, but it just doesn't work at all. It doesn't. There's this other mechanic that makes your vision blurry and you start to shake when you get hit too much. It doesn't make any sense, it's just dumb. The AI isn't really complex. It's just when it sees you, it just goes full force at you and shoots you. That's all. I mean, there are friendlies that you see only like in the tutorial and civilians that you don't have to shoot at. And for some reason, there's like only one child model that shows up in one level and you can kill it. That's probably like the only positive thing I can think about this game, is that you can kill a child, which is awesome. Other than that, it's a working game. There are no glitches, you can't fall out of the map, and enemies can't shoot you through walls. The game is playable. Then what's the problem with it? What makes it bad? It's not something like Command and Conquer or Far Cry 2 or Little Big Planet, where those games have amazing music, engaging gameplay, and creative level design. But it's also not a Sonic 06 or a Big Rigs or a Ride to Hell, where those games are broken, glitchy, and unplayable at times. It's more of an Avengers, Medal of Honor, or an NFL game, where those games are tedious, dull, and lifeless. It's not a good game, it's not a bad game, it's the worst thing a game could be. Boring. Games should be fun, and it fails in doing that. It lands perfectly on the mediocre line. 2 is fun because it has fun gameplay, interesting characters, and creative level design. A game like Sonic 06, where it's a broken and glitchy mess, people come back to it because of that. It's fun to laugh at it. That's why there's so many videos of it, because people love shitting on this game. It's fun. When no one enjoys your game because it's boring, it kinda fails at being a game. People won't come back to a game that makes them fall asleep. This is why a mediocre game is essentially a bad game.
Nosotros fuimos a los tacos. Mamita, mi chulo. Mira, te compré taquitos, hermosa. Ay, cabrón, te compré tacos. Hijo de tu puta madre, me los tiraste todos. ¡Qué estúpido! ¡Qué estúpido, pendejo!